Hi everyone, this is Evgeny and this video is about Windsurf editor. Yes, another video about Windsurf. So, what's the idea? You might want to ask me and I will reply you. Well, I have been working with Windsurf editor and its AI agent Cascade for several months already. And I'm constantly collecting all the interesting tips and hints you might want to use to make your work more productive. So in this video, I will try to share some hints which I find very useful with you. So join me and, well, let's take a look together. And yes, before we continue, please click on the link in the comments section of this video if you want to support the channel, because it will cost you nothing practically, but it will help dramatically me to support channel to make more videos on these topics for you. So I will really appreciate it. Okay, the first feature I wanted to show you today was, well, it was a problem, and sure, initially, if you recall our last videos about Windsurf, I was constantly complaining on the way how Windsurf decides to do something on its own without even me asking, like rewriting half of the code all the time. I was complaining. And those times I even recommended, well, you have to create a TXT file where you would collect all the rules, what your AI agent should do and doesn't do, and point to this file in your every single request. Well, those time it was really good advice. Nowadays, well, it's obsolete already because rules are here and they are built in Windsurf. So how can you find them? You can go either to the settings, and this is Windsurf settings, or you can open panel with the name Cascade Memory panel, and here you have two sections practically. You have the global set of rules and you have this workspace rules, and that's pretty clear, right? Because the global ones, this is something, the general behavior you want your Cascade to follow. And workspace rules, it's more project related thing. So if you have any specific requirements for your project, for example, you have to point to specific place, or you want the Cascade be a specific role, wearing a specific hat, like being an architect or help you with something, then workspace rules is for you. And practically talking about how to develop it, if you would be the developer working on Windsurf, this is a Windsurf rules file created in the root of your project, and there you can collect all your rules. And if you're following my other videos about building AI agents, then well, maybe it's easier for you to understand that all these rules, they are converted to system message for the LLM. So this is how it works. And this is the message will be posted all the time with every your single request. Like here, I like this one. This is more about advisor who is refusing in most of the cases to code for you, but gives you advices and trying to teach you. And let's give it a try. So we have the set of rules. And let's pick something. So add a new parameter, and I'm in writing mode, so everything should work smoothly, right? Like at least previously it would be. And let me make it a bit bigger. And see, it refuses this time. It says, based on your request, it can help me and guide me through the editing, through this process, explaining all the details, but it refuses to make the changes directly. And this was because of the rules we have, guys. This is the main reason. And if you're interested, if you don't know how to create such rules, there is a hint section here, and it gives you some basic advices like where you can start. And practically, probably you have to start working with this, adding some rules and checking if they're working or not. If not, then okay, rephrase it. And well, they even provide a directory with some examples, and this was the place where I copy-pasted this from. And it's Windsurf directory, and you can find really beautiful examples here for different languages, and you can find something maybe good for you. The next thing I wanted to show you today, let's try and run some tools. And for example, I'm asking who is using port 2017, and this one is occupied by Mongo database. And see what's happening. There is a command for that, for checking it out, right? And it generated the command and it asks for my acceptance. And this is pretty standard behavior here. And when I'm accepting it, okay, the output is here. But this is the thing, you can make this process a bit smoother and faster. And which way? Well, in general, well, let me go to the settings, and here we have this section. By the way, this is global and local rules settings. I mentioned that you can find this in the settings. And what we are searching for is, it's called terminal auto execution. So by default, it's off mode, and this means that every single tool call you have to accept explicitly. And there are other modes like auto and turbo. And what's interesting here, automatic mode is practically Cascade has a list of kind of good commands and bad commands. And it knows that good commands are very safe to run without even asking. And so you can faster your execution flow, right? And bad commands like removing files, for example, or reformatting something which makes changes, it's kind of dangerous commands. So for those, it's better to ask for additional acceptance anyway. So if you switch to to auto mode, then all the safe commands will be run automatically without any acceptance. And last one, turbo, it's always run everything except you have something in your deny list. And so where you specifically define, okay, this one is dangerous. So you run everything, but for this one you should stop. But auto means all the safe functions should work smoothly without any acceptance. So let's give it a try. I am creating a new thread and the same command and check if it helps. So see, this time, well, it was no request for accepting anything, just it was run automatically in auto mode. And talking about my recommendation, well, it's up to you. I would definitely not use turbo at all because it's really dangerous, like removing something and you even don't have any control. I'm switching between on and off and auto. So practically, if the tool would be totally free, I would pick auto for sure for everyone. I would recommend that setting. But other than that, since you're paying for every tool call, you have to consider what you have in your hands, right? If it's critical for you, for example, you can put it to off and then run maybe commands in the console by hands, who knows. If you're pretty free with your credit you have on your account, then maybe auto mode is the best one for you. So auto mode definitely much better, like much more comfortable one, but you kind of might be paying for this a bit more, who knows. Alright, that was it for today. Thank you for watching it with me, and I find these tips really helpful. I'm using it in my daily life, and I really hope that you will find it useful for you as well. And this was Evgeny. We will see each other next time in the next video. Bye bye.